Well, we're going to go ahead and dive on in here. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And for the first time in quite a while, we are not going to actually start in Keeper. We're actually going to start in our help docs. And that is because the first feature that I'm excited to talk about is an important one, but not a super visible one. And that is our new user role, which is the manager role. So a manager role, you can think of a manager as like very similar permissions-wise to a standard user, except they can also see and apply templates. They can also view other employees' tasks in the task list instead of just their own. And they can also view other employees' timers in the time tracking if they have access to that client whose time is being tracked against. So they still cannot affect any practice level settings. They can't add, delete, or archive clients, or can't enable receipts. So basically, they can't do anything that would affect billing. But otherwise, they can act much more like an admin for most cases that you might need. So yeah, I know this is something that especially our larger firms have wanted for a long time. So I hope this helps alleviate some of the pressures of feeling like our permissions system did not quite click. And actually, what I'm going to do, I forgot to give my requisite disclaimer. If you have any questions as we are going through this, please drop them into the Q&A section at the bottom of the screen rather than the chat. And per Shayna's recommendation here, I'm actually going to do I'm going to style this a little differently. So instead of piling up all the Q&A at the end, I am going to actually pause at the end of each little feature announcement and take any Q&A in the interim so that I don't have to like go back and think about what I was talking about when folks ask the particular question. Okay. All right. Well, looks like no questions on manager roles. So hopefully that was pretty straightforward. So next, I'm going to go ahead and talk about our next series of improvements, which is the timer locks. So this is another improvement for folks who use time tracking. I actually did mention this in the last update, but I mentioned that it was something that was coming, not something that was here. So now it is here. And so timer locks is the ability to lock timers after a certain date. This is especially valuable if you use Keeper's time tracking for ultimate payroll. So that way you can lock the time after you run payroll. So for example, if payroll is the 5th to the 18th, you could lock timers on the 18th. And then that way you make sure that no one is going back and retroactively editing it and causing discrepancies between where the time data is tracked and your payroll system itself. So if we lock this as of, let's say, yesterday, and then we go to our time tracking, you'll see here on these tables, none of this data is editable anymore. And it says this entry is currently locked. Contact your admin to make adjustments. Even if you are an admin or a super admin, you cannot actually edit these timers while the lock is imposed. But because you're an admin or super admin, you can go to time tracking and then change the date of the lock or unlock the timers. And then that, of course, will make things editable again. Yausi asked for manager permission. So winding back a little bit, can they also see capacity planning? Shayna, correct me if I'm wrong. I think the answer is yes. But I guess we can find out really quickly.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on that one either.
Okay, so I'm logging into my manager role here now. Yes, the answer is yes. They can see capacity planning, but only for the clients that they have access to. Jamie mentioned it would be great for admins to be able to change client tasks, not hours, in case errors are made. So to be clear, admins can do this before the lock is imposed. It's only once the lock is imposed that admins are unable to change time. But an admin can change the sort of associated client or work stream of a standard user if the timer lock is not imposed. Okay, so this is related to client billing. Okay. Well, not to get too off on a tangent on a feature request, but Jamie, I'll flag this and then we can follow up afterwards and talk more about that and what some possible solutions might be for the workflow. Okay, so that's manager roles and that's timer locks. And now on to another update in Xero, which is our Xero P&L builder. We announced this is in beta as of last month. So it's a bit of a recap, but we also have a new additional feature to this that I'm going to mention. And so that's in our P&L here. If you are in the beta, you have this configuration option here where you can then edit the layout and you can come in and do things like group different accounts together, similarly to how you might do that in Xero. This is a bit of a recap from what we announced last month. But the new change is, in addition to being able to make those changes, you can also copy. Where is my? I may not be in the beta. Okay. You can copy the layout of an existing Xero client to another Xero client, or you can to one or many, or you can copy the layout from another client. So basically, it can run in either direction, and you can choose that and then apply the sort of setup that you have created in one client to another. Important to remember, this may not be perfect, especially if you don't have like the same chart of account codes exactly from one to another. But if you have certain standardized charts of accounts or chart of account numbering systems, this is a good way to, at the very least, bootstrap the creation of custom P&Ls for your Xero clients. Yossi asked, is this for QBO2? Not yet, although we will likely be bringing it to QBO at some point. So we're trying to get it perfected in Xero first. All right. And now on to, I think, probably the biggest announcement of the month is our mobile app. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen on my phone. Okay. All right. Well, hopefully y'all can see this. I will check back in a moment if we can't. But this is the new mobile app. So mobile app, we'll include some links that you can see to sort of share and download these. But it is fully upgraded design. It is an app that works on the user's phone or the contact's phone. You can do anything in the mobile app that you can do on the web version of the portal. So your clients can come in and answer transaction or non-transaction questions. They can also ask you questions. And of course, they can do things like view their resources. We recently added the ability to view receipts in the portal as well on both the web and the mobile version. And so if you're in your receipts, you can see any files that you've uploaded or emailed and come in here and also edit the memo. So if you have a client who's like taking a picture and then down the road, they want to then edit the memo to tell you what something was for, they can do that right here through the mobile app. Of course, they can see announcements, things like financial reports here. And so again, full fidelity, everything that you can do from the client side, you can also do in the mobile app. And then one last thing I'll show is if you click this plus button down at the bottom, that's how you can either upload files. You can take a photo, upload an existing photo, upload an existing file, or also ask questions. So this will create a new inbound question for us. And then they can do that and also upload associated files as well. So yeah, so that's the way the new client portal works. Go ahead and stop this share now. Shane, a quick check-in. Did that share work?
Yes, it did. You're good.
So I wasn't just like talking into the void for the last 2 minutes. Okay. All right. Now I will answer some Q&A on the mobile app. Christine asked, can clients switch between companies on the mobile app? The answer is yes. I don't want to like toggle back and forth between between the sort of kind of hacky screen share, but there's a little toggle in the top right hand corner here. I'll do this actually. Too bad now that I know that the share actually works. Okay. So if your contact has access to multiple client files, they'll see in the top right hand corner, they'll see the name of the client they're currently in. They can also click this this sort of menu item on the right and see all of the questions in different client files that they may have access to, so they can always toggle between them. And then we even have this call out at the top right here that says you have unanswered questions in your other accounts, so that they know if they're in one client that they may need to answer questions in others. Okay. A few folks are asking, how do I get the mobile app? Is it available on Android? What is it called in the App Store? So I'm going to go ahead and go to the mobile app help center link. I am going to drop this in it looks like my team is beating me to the punch here, but I'm going to drop this in the chat here. We'll also post this as a resource. And then also, of course, you can just look for the mobile app in the help center here. We have links here as well. So iOS download link and the Android download link. Yeah, so it is available on both platforms. In addition to that, we have also made all of these links handily available in a new email template called the mobile app announcement. And so we just pre-wrote a little email. You can use that to send it to all of your contacts really quickly with an email blast by choosing them all here. And then if you send that to them, that will give them a link to go and download it on their respective iOS or Android device. In case I didn't answer this question explicitly, it's called Accounting Client Portal, is the name of the app. And so you can search for that as well, and that should return the results. Okay. Megan asked, for the mobile app, will there be a short video we can send to the clients on how to use it? We could definitely make one. So Shayna will ping that. We can definitely work on one of those. Probably that would make sense as a YouTube video, I think. So yeah, Megan, we can definitely work on one of those. It's a good request. Okay, Erica Doreen asked, for logging in with mobile using email, does it always send a magic link? It works the same way as the auth system does on the mobile or on the web platform as well. So basically, you can request a magic link. If you have a username and password, you can also set those up as well. And so Ellen asked, I can't find the app. What do I search for? So again, you can search for either Accounting Client Portal, or you can just go to our help center and get it right from these two links. I saw a question come in on the chat. Is the mobile app just for clients or also for the bookkeepers? This is just for the clients. So this is the Client Portal mobile app. Separately, we will work on a mobile app for the accountants, but this one is definitely just for the clients. And so to that end, that's actually a question we got quite a lot when we launched the mobile app, which is if you are trying to log in as an accountant and you're unable to, it's because only contacts can log into the portal. This is the same as if you were on like clients.mypracticename.com and you tried to log in. You have to be a contact of the practice to be able to log in. So if you're not able to log in and you are an accountant and you want to see what this experience is going to look like for your clients, just add yourself as a contact to any client in your accounting file, and you'll be able to see and experience the portal as well. If you Yossi asks, if you have a document with multiple pages, can you upload it as one document in the mobile app? It's a good question. Not currently today. I mean, I suppose you could like create that as a PDF and then upload the PDF, but there's not currently a way to like snap 5 different images together as a single document, but definitely would make sense as something to add for the mobile app. I'll make a note on that as well. Sage, one of my CSMs asked, but presumably on behalf of someone else, will clients get push notifications sent to the portal the same way they get emails and texts? That is coming soon. So there are no push notifications just yet, but we will be rolling them out so that your clients can get push notifications the same way they get a push notification about a new email, for example. And I expect that will be something that helps y'all get even faster responses from your clients in the portal. Okay. And then Yausi asked, we get an email per receipt uploaded in the mobile app. Can that be turned off? We should probably introduce some more granularity there in terms of how many questions or how many emails you get on notifications. Right now, there's sort of a only binary, like turn it on, turn it off. But yeah, I think that probably needs to be reworked now that Keep Receipts is live. Okay. So that's the mobile app. And really quickly, I just did want to retread on this one more time. If you want to, and by the way, the mobile app is available for everyone across all platforms, standard or premium, one client or 1,000, and at no added cost. And if you want to introduce the client portal mobile app to your clients, easiest way to do that is go to your templates here, email templates. This mobile app announcement is what I'd recommend, although of course you can tweak it. And then you just click create draft email, select your contacts, choose all your contacts, and then send or schedule send a bulk email blast. All right. Well, moving on from the mobile app, the next major announcement is receipts will finally be going live. We'll finally be exiting the beta as of September 1st. So in, what is that, 4 days, receipts will finally be going to GA. So what that means, first and foremost, if you are already in the beta, not much will change. We have gradually been improving receipts functionality over the course of the last, I think, year now. We've been working on it. So it's in a pretty solid spot. Of course, we have lots of other functions and features that are going to continue to come in over the course of the next few months and, of course, the rest of time. But as of September 1st, the new pricing, the GA pricing of $15 per client will go into effect. If you are in the beta and you've already been charged $5 for like August, for example, we're not going to charge you extra on September 1st. It just will be your next bill in September will be at the standard GA pricing instead of the beta pricing. And on that note, we are running a special launch promo. So if you add 20 clients, you'll get 20% off for life. To take advantage of that deal, you do need to email sales@keeper.app. So if that's something you're interested in, send us an email and we will help you get situated with that discount. And then coming soon, the same thing that we had for the mobile app announcement, we will also have a similar announcement for emails for receipts. Okay, Ty asked how many clients do you need to presumably to take advantage of the discount, special discount? That would be 20 clients. And then Amy asked, is the discount related to all future clients added or just those first 20? Great question. It is all future clients. So if you have 40 clients, you start with 20 and then you add 20 more, you will get the 20% discount across all 40. Kelly mentioned, is there a trial subscription or demo to try it? So there is not a trial, but you can go into any client and just turn on, let me find out one that doesn't have receipts. you can turn it on. Where are we? Parent code might not have it. All of my files already have receipts enabled. Okay. If you don't have receipts enabled, there will be a box here that says enable keep receipts. You can turn that on. You'll pay a prorated portion of the sort of month. So for example, if you're halfway through the month, you'll pay $7.50. If you're unhappy, we will refund you your $7.50. And yeah, that's how we'd recommend trying it out. And you can try it out for one client, see if it works. And then if you like it, you can of course roll it out more broadly.
There's a question in the chat from Juan about will that promo be available for Xero once Xero is added?
Yes, yeah, it will. Although I do want to be clear, we are working on Xero. It is going to take some time, and so I wouldn't expect to see Xero live and keep receipts for probably a couple months at least. So working hard on that, but yeah, I don't want to be misleading about the expectations on timeline. Okay, Mary asked, comparing keep receipts to QBO receipts, the issue in QBO is that only users can email in receipts, but not vendors. Is that limitation in place with Keeper? The answer is no. Anyone can send a receipt to the forwarding email. It's at keeper@books.cc. In this case, anyone can send that email here, and it will go to ParentCo. And then you'll also see here where it says uploaded by. You'll see if that was a contact, you'll see if that was a user, or you'll see if that was a vendor or another email that you don't have in your system. So yeah, anyone can send an email there. And that's also helpful if you want to set up like automated forwarding in of documents, for example, from an ERP. I literally got an email about that this morning. So that works totally fine. You can use this email as a generic forwarding email for any purpose. All right. Well, I think those are all the questions. And that is all the announcements. I hope y'all like this new format slightly better. I hope that it felt like the questions made more sense in the context of when you were asking them. So Shane, I think we will probably continue this format going forward. All right. Well, folks, short and sweet this month. So thank you all so much for taking the time out of your always perennially very busy schedules. I appreciate it. We're excited for y'all to get your hands on the mobile app for receipts and even the more nitty-gritty features like timer locking. Of course, we have a lot of cool new functionality coming in the next couple of months as well. So excited to share those with you over the next couple of months too. All right. Well, I hope everyone has a good rest of your month, and I will see many of you again.